My sister demanded I donate my cornea to her daughter because she's a model who needs her eyes for her career, while I'm just a programmer who stares at screens. My sister Gina called me in February demanding I donate my cornea to her daughter Mia, who needed a transplant after an infection damaged her vision. I said I was sorry to hear about Mia's condition, and asked why Gina wasn't donating since she was the mother and would be the best match. Gina laughed and said she was a professional model who needed both eyes for her career while I worked from home as a programmer, so losing vision in one eye wouldn't affect my income. She actually said my appearance didn't matter for my job, but her face was her livelihood, so it made logical sense for me to be the donor. I told her that was insane and she couldn't expect me to give up my cornea because she thought her eyes were more valuable than mine. She said I was being selfish and that Mia was young and had her whole life ahead while I was 35 and single, so I didn't need perfect vision to attract anyone. She said I spent all day looking at computer screens anyway, so one eye would be sufficient for my lifestyle. When I refused, Gina started calling me every day with new arguments about why I should donate instead of her. She said models needed depth perception for photo shoots while programmers could work with one eye. She said she had contracts that specified she maintain her appearance while I had no such obligations. She said her husband would leave her if she had any facial surgeries, but I had nobody to impress. She even said that since I wore glasses anyway, people already knew my eyes weren't perfect, so losing vision in one wouldn't change anything. By March, Gina had recruited our mother to pressure me. Mom called saying Gina's modeling career supported her entire family, while I only had myself to worry about. She said it would be devastating for Mia to grow up watching her mother's career destroyed when there was a simple solution available. She said I should think about what was best for the whole family rather than being stubborn about something that wouldn't really affect my life. I asked Mom why she didn't donate her cornea then, and she said she was too old and might not be a good match. Our father joined the campaign next, saying I needed to step up as an aunt and that Gina had already sacrificed so much as a mother. I asked what sacrifices since Gina had a nanny, housekeeper, and barely spent time with Mia between modeling gigs. He said that wasn't the point, and I was being difficult just to hurt Gina, who had always been jealous of. I asked him if he was going to donate his cornea, and he said men weren't as good matches for young girls. Gina's husband Leo started texting me articles about how people lived normal lives with vision in one eye. He said thousands of people managed fine, and I was making a big deal over nothing. He offered to pay me $50,000 for my cornea like it was a business transaction. When I said no amount of money would make me give up my body parts for someone who wouldn't do the same, he called me greedy and said I was putting a price on Mia's vision. I told him Gina was the one putting a price on it by refusing to donate herself. The harassment got worse when Gina told Mia that Aunt Julia didn't want to help her see again. Mia started sending me crying voice messages, asking why I didn't love her enough to help. Gina coached her to say that mommy needed her eyes for work, but Aunt Julia just used computers all day. A 9-year-old was now guilt-tripping me because her mother was too vain to donate her own cornea. I'd had enough and decided to show everyone exactly how selfish Gina was being. That's when I called Gina's modeling agency and asked to speak to her manager. I explained the situation and asked if Gina would really lose contracts for donating a cornea to her daughter. The manager was horrified and said of course not. That would be discrimination, and no client would punish a mother for helping her sick child. In fact, she said it would probably generate positive publicity and show Gina as a devoted mother. She said she was disgusted that Gina was trying to pressure others while using her career as an excuse. The manager called Gina immediately and told her the agency fully supported her donating to Mia and would work around any recovery time needed. She also said she was disappointed that Gina had lied about career consequences to avoid helping her own daughter. Gina called me screaming that I'd ruined everything. Full story on channel, link below.